Welcome to Paul's Passive House. So taking a look at my floors, you can see that I've leveled the entire floor and it's ready for an air barrier and a thermal barrier. For the air barrier, I chose this plastic sheeting. It was cheap and effective. Taking a look behind, you can see that I've sealed the sill plate. There's nowhere for air to escape in this wall. And I'm going to have to pay some special attention to the corners. You can notice here that that pink foam that I used to keep all of the floor leveler in this room got stuck in the leveler. It's something to keep in mind when you're doing a project like this. So now I put down 2 beads of caulk, one on the floor and one on the wall. That bottom sill plate is going to be part of this sealing process. And I'm going to roll this plastic into that caulking. This is going to ensure that I have an airtight seal that will be incorporated into the airtight barrier that I put into the wall. Now, later on, I found out that the sealer that I used, the caulk, was not correct. It didn't actually stick to this plastic. So I had to redo this. I don't have the video of me redoing it, but it's very important that you use the correct sealer. Because I don't know what kind of plastic you're going to be using, I couldn't tell you exactly what to use, but it is important that you use a sealer that will stick to plastic sheeting. Not all sealers do. Looking here, you can see that now I've added the thermal break. Now I chose to use cork floor underlayment as my thermal break, and that cork underlayment butts right up to the thermal break in the wall. The 3.5-inch polyiso butts up against the 1/2-inch polyiso that I framed the windows with, and then all of the seams between the polyiso where it butts together has been sealed with spray foam. Taking a quick look at a project that I completed in my garage, I'm going to be converting this space into a utility room. So I added electrical wiring by splicing into the existing wiring and a plumbing box for a washer and dryer unit. I also added a 220 30 amp outlet for the dryer. Adding this plumbing was very easy, very cheap, and turns this space into a utility room. Now, a lot of this PEX that you're looking at is temporary. The nice thing about PEX is it is in fact temporary, especially if you use shark bites, but even if you don't, PEX is a very easy plumbing to do and undo and change. And I'm going to actually bury this PEX in the wall so that it won't be on the outside of the studs, it'll be on the inside of the studs, and then it'll meet code. But for now, it's just going to stay like this. We're going to take a quick look at my moronic neighbor who loves to water weeds. Every single year, he clears out this dead shrubbery and weeds, plants seeds, waters them all summer long, only to let them die because it's too hot here in my climate and grass doesn't grow here, and then the weeds take over. Every year he does this same thing over and over again. And I see this all over the Denver metro area. People plant grass, it grows for a little while, then it dies, then the weeds take over, and then they plant grass again after poisoning the weeds. It's a vicious cycle that we should all stop. Taking a quick look at my garage, this is the utility room and the rest of the garage. I decided to do a slightly different insulation method here. Instead of using mineral wool in the stud bays, I used fiberglass batting, and I covered that in 3.5-inch polyiso. Now, I don't have to air seal this polyiso because the spray foam underneath it is the air barrier. I had to use a different thickness. That's why there is a pink piece there of polyiso. And that is because of the garage door. The garage door comes up and it gets in the way. The track gets in the way. I cut out spaces for the electrical that I installed. I installed all this electrical so that I could have a little shop in here and so that I could have easy access to electricity. And as you can see, I put in rubber flooring, and that flooring has a gap. I'm going to fill that gap with other polyiso leftovers. If you'd like a free energy efficiency consultation, please email me at paulspassivehouse@gmail.com.